We had some good friends in, wasn't our friends from New York? I don't know. We had someone at the house and we were talking about hunting and cruelty and killing animal and someone said, "Oh, I feel so bad I couldn't do it." And I'm like, "You should. You should feel a little
Feel
bad."
bad? You should. It
Yeah.
should be a reverent thing.
Yeah,
Should be some reverence around it.
that should be the emotion because right now, like you said, 97% of us are all pulling the trigger anyway. We're just pulling the trigger with the dollar bill or something else. Like
That's a good point.
you should know what it feels like to take a life. You should feel that. And it would change you. It would change your perception about animals. And that's
Yeah.
good. It is a good thing. But it's uncomfortable. So, okay, let's avoid it. And
Right.
then
Let's
let
have
me just
somebody else do it.
yeah, let's have someone else pull the trigger so I don't have to face it, right? It's like, no, like
I
it
like
should.
that. It is funny because I mean you're so right. Pulling the trigger with our dollar bill or whatever. That's such a great way to look at it. It's funny because every once in a while somebody will say something. They'll see me hunting or whatever, and they'll say, "Oh, how could you do that? I can't believe that's so wrong." Blah 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 blah. And I ask them. My first question I always ask, "Do you eat meat?" And the overwhelming majority of them say yes.
Right?
Dude,
You'd expect them to
at
be
least
kind of
lie.
wise enough to go, "Oh, no, I
No, I
don't."
don't eat meat. Yeah, at least lie about it. But the reason they don't lie is because they cannot formulate the connection of eating a burger from Burger King or from the grocery store and an animal dying. If they could make that connection, they would either not eat animals because that's what they say they believe, or they wouldn't lie about it. I mean, excuse me, they would lie about it because
Yeah.
they don't want people to know, right? But the fact that they're not lying about it, that ignorant says that they don't understand the connection between food and death. It's a very interesting thing. Very interesting. It's very hypocritical and very ignorant. So now, look, if somebody says no, like, how could you do that, Ryan? I can't believe you kill an animal. And I say, do you eat meat? And they say, no, I don't eat or consume animal products. At least that person has some integrity. Like, I don't agree with their lifestyle necessarily and what they choose to eat, and that's fine. They don't need my permission. But at least that individual has some integrity. And the other thing too is you can't completely get rid of, like, there's been studies that have shown like there's more animals that die through harvesting of crops than any hunting that ever took place. Like, you think about the mice and you think about the rodents and the rabbits and the coyotes and the deer who were going to eat that, and like it's like you can't escape it. We are part of nature, and in a lot of ways, this is the other cool thing. I had a great conversation with I think it was with John Lovell from Warrior Poet Society, and we talked about that issue, like eating animals and how we're sustaining our life and how we're contributing. And the thing that got brought up is that human beings are the only predator that's humane. Like, lions are not humane
Yeah, we're not eating the cow while it's still
while it's
breathing.
living. Yes, we are the only super predator that considers the feelings of our prey.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying we are actually not only at the top of the food chain, but we're also the most humane. Hunters are the same way. The overwhelming majority of hunters I know, they don't revel in the kill. It's part of the game. And they're very, very reverent about the process of stalking an animal, of making an ethical shot. Cam Hanes is a great example. Like, he trains every single day, all year long, so that when the moment comes and he has to put an arrow into an animal, that he makes the absolute best, most humane, ethical kill shot that he possibly can.